Derek, I asked Errol this last week during his workout that I was there with you guys. Very fortunate to be there in Dallas. But you pointed out Danny Garcia's punching power. I asked Errol, is this the hardest puncher you will have faced? And he said, I don't know because I haven't been in the ring with him. Now, that's a fighter's perspective. What are you thinking from being his trainer?
I think that if you look at the guys, I think maybe supposedly Kell Brook was supposed to be a big puncher. I'm not for sure. But I think that probably the biggest puncher of the guys he sparred with, he prepared with. You know what I mean? Like Burley Brooks is a super middleweight who's like, when he was sparring with him, like 180 pounds. So it's like, that's really the biggest puncher he's been in the ring with. Not in the fight, but in the ring with, right? And so, but as a fight, it could be Danny, who knows? But we prepare him with the big punches. We prepare him for the guys who, make you can't just walk through. You have to be, and they push him as well. They hit him as well. They push him as well. That's really what you need to be able to step up to the next level. And I mean, if Danny's going to come, he's going to bring his A game. We're looking forward to that. And I think it'll be a beautiful fight, man.
Derek, as we look at this fight and we break it down, there are a lot of different layers to this fight. And that's why I think it's so intriguing and entertaining. December 5 on PBC Fox Sports pay-per-view. But Danny Garcia has the edge when it comes to, I think, double the amount of fights against current or former world champions. So the experience factor lies with Danny. Will that be a factor or play at all over the course of the fight?
I think that, going in, I think that from a mental aspect for himself, I think he'll have that edge for himself mentally. It doesn't mean it's reality because it's for himself. But I think that when you think at it, you look at it, I don't think so, because I think that, none of the guys who he fought have been on the level of a Floyd Mayweather that Errol's been in the ring with. So you can't, and listen, he has fought more champions than any active fighter. He has the best resume other than Manny Pacquiao, right, in boxing, and definitely in the welterweight division. Nobody even comes close to his resume. So, but I think at the same time, as a welterweight, none of those guys come close to Floyd Mayweather, or one Floyd Mayweather. And that's Errol worked with him really good, but it wasn't a fight, it was sparring. But we don't play boxing, so it's real. We go all out.
How important is it for Errol to start early and strong? Because the Achilles heel for Danny Garcia in his losses, narrow losses at the hands of Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, has been the fact that he has been a slow starter. For Errol, for him to be able to start stronger from the outset to gain and make sure Danny knows that he's still here.
Man, listen, he has to start and just be efficient and be thorough and constant, repetitive, over and over, whatever he's doing, whatever punch he's doing. He can't let, I think that what happens is you can't let Danny Garcia be Danny Garcia. You can't let him be the great guy that he is. You have to be able to take him out of the situation and not let him be himself. Because if he beats himself, you never listen. You get a lot of things happen when Danny Garcia is able to be how great he really is. So you just got to be able to be focused and be continual over and over and over, hitting him with shots, not letting him think, not letting him kind of get his bearings or do whatever you need to do to just keep him off balance.
So essentially not letting Danny get into a rhythm.
Right, no doubt, without a doubt, yeah.
And with Danny being a counter puncher, he has that vicious left hook along with the right hand. What are some things, you don't have to, again, dive into specifics, but are there some things you've been working on?
Well, it's things you can do to negate counter punching. There's things you can do to deal with things, that ability to throw those kind of shots. Several things you can do to not even let it even come into play. Then there's other things you can do. You can fall into that and let those things come into play, and you counterpunch the counterpunch. So, we just, we're looking at several things, and this is not strategic what we're going to do, but there are things that kind of throw the counterpunch off. And at the same time, sometimes you can just embrace it and just go in and go close. Be ready for whatever.
Spence has to fight Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Philly guy.
Okay.
How do you see that fight going? Fresh off the car accident.
I'm gonna be honest. I respect Danny very much as a fighter, very, very much. I think he's really established himself. I think his resume is great. I like Errol Spence, but I'm gonna have to give it to Danny. I'm gonna have to give it to Danny. For the reason is Danny has excellent timing. He can catch you in between shots. He got bad intentions to throw that shot and take you out. He has a great chin. We never seen him rocked. And he's fought some tough guys. Batiste, he's fought Porter, even though Porter may not be a tough puncher, but that's just somebody speaking from the outside. You know, then you got Thurman. He can take some shots, man. So I don't see Spence. Spence's defense is a little bit shaky to me in the beginning because, you know, he gets touched a little bit more than what he should. Danny catching you in between shots with that power that he can deliver. I don't know, man. With that accident, I would love to see Spence fight first to me to make any type of determination or prediction. But if you were to say it's happening Saturday, I'm going to go with that.
Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia at AT&T Stadium. How do you see that fight going, Phil?
Well, coming off from the accident, you know, we have to give Errol Spence the credit. Coming from an accident like that, to be back in a fight of the magnitude of him and Danny Garcia, you know, I got to give him all the points in the world for that. To come out and then look impressive against Danny, I mean, then, you know, maybe we would have to put him, you know, right there at pound for pound. You know, but coming into that fight, coming off of that kind of accident, should he get a big win against him, then, you know, then that's he'll be right where he left off. I don't think Danny Garcia is expected. I mean, he's not favored to win, but he comes in with that puncher's chance. You can never count Danny out. He's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a boxer, and also he has that left hook from hell. You know what I mean? That'll knock out. Can catch you at any given time of the fight. So with those combinations, Danny has always and always will be an elite fighter, and with that against what Earl brings to the table, I mean, it just makes for a great fight. You know what I mean? Another one that the fans will be the winners of. But you know, if I had to lean in any direction, I would have to go with Earl based on his past performances, and hopes that the accident didn't cause him any problems.
Do you think because of that left hook from hell that you mentioned that he'll fight more like he did against Mikey Garcia than he does the guy who walks people down, like against, you know, Porter and against Kell Brook?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Sean. That's a great question. But with Danny, he has the amateur experience. He has a world-class. Danny can do it all. Danny can punch. He can box. He can do it all. So on fight night, it's no telling which Danny that you might get. You know, and you have Errol Spence who can do it all as well. You know what I mean? So it's not just a fight where you got, you know, just a puncher versus a boxer or vice versa. You know what I mean? You got two fighters and both of them world class that can do good things, great things, a lot of great things. You know what I mean? So you know, it's gonna make for a great event.
Are you a fan of Garcia and his father? You know, being that
absolutely. I got a chance to meet him. You know what I mean? And when I met him, and me and Devin met him, of course we looked at him and we watched them and we watched how they interact and their energy and stuff. You know, and we kind of applauded it to ourselves about them. You know how professional they were. You know, off camera, and how their persona on camera was different than their energy off camera was real. You know, smooth and intelligent. They were moving right. So, you know, shout out to the Garcia and their family and what they've been doing. You know, hope that they have good luck on, what night is their fight? Are they fighting?
December 5th. December 5th.
Yeah, good luck to them on December the 5th.
Fox pay-per-view.
Fox pay-per-view. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna buy it, man. For sure, I'm gonna buy it.
Now, you know, you've never been shy about how confident you are in your son's abilities, but man, he's been real over the top, Angel Garcia, right? That's always been fun to watch, right?
Angel. Yeah. Well, I mean, he believes it. He believes in Danny. You know what I mean? He believes in him. You know what I mean? Just like I believe in my son.
Oh, I know. Yeah, like you believe in him the same, but the way he's went about it in the past, it used to be.
Well, I mean,
he's calming down now, but I kind of miss it. I kind of want him to bring back the old Angel for this pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Danny and Angel have been great for boxing. You know, like I said, we've watched him. You know, as Devin has been coming up in the sport. You know what I mean? We've been a big fan of their relationship, and you know, I just wish him the best of luck.
I have to get like your official breakdown of the Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, or I should say Errol, because he has the titles. I know you're going to be watching that fight, and I know you already have a breakdown in your head already.
Well, you know, look, it's a good fight, man. It's a tough fight. You know, it's a tough fight for both guys. You know, Errol probably is going to come out as a favorite in this fight. You know, he'll probably be the favorite going into the fight. But, you know, you can't count Danny Garcia out because this kid, he not only can punch really well, he's a good boxer, and when he has to come forward, he can do that too. So, you know, and everybody is so focused on what's Errol going to be like since his accident, you know. And so nobody knows because, you know, he hasn't had a fight yet. You know, people saying, oh, he should take an interim fight until just to see where he's at, you know. But you got to remember something. Errol Spence is a fighter. This is what he does. He don't need a tune-up fight, you know. This is going to be a really, really good fight, man. And I think it's going to be a close fight, you know. And I think Errol's going to be back to himself. So I think, you know, I would have to lean with Errol, but you can't count Dennis Garcia out.
Do you see a possible stoppage happening, maybe, or no?
Well, I mean, look, a stoppage can happen in any fight, but a big fight like this, I really don't see a stoppage. But, you know, I'll be surprised if somebody gets stopped in this fight because both guys have good chins. Both guys have great stamina. And, you know, I mean, I just don't see a stoppage happening.
And Saturday, December 5th, we're not making no mistakes. We're over there. We're going forward. We're coming like a choo-choo train on full speed.
Angel, so would you say that the knock on Danny in those two fights that you mentioned, and the only reason why I bring them up is because we're talking about them now, is that he started a little bit too slow. I know that that's Danny's game, but are we going to see more of a sense of urgency on Saturday against Errol Spence, or are we going to see, what are we going to see? Are we going to see a faster Danny Garcia?
We're going out there. We're just going to take what's ours. We're going to be smart. We're not just going to run in there like a crazy man. We're going to play skill. We're going to use the mind. We're going to use everything we train for. We're going to use our feet, our hands. We're going to, listen, we're going to go out there. We're going to dominate. We're going to, how you say that, how you say that?
Be explosive?
No, not explosive. No, like when you expose somebody.
Oh, you're going to expose him?
You're going to expose Spence. That he's not in our level. We're going to expose him. He's going to see a Danny Garcia he never seen before. They could go watch videos all they want on them Porter and Spence. I mean Porter and Thurman. Because I know that's what they probably watching, them videos. You can watch all them videos all day. And not listen, I could tell you what Danny did wrong there. He ain't do too much. But we're not gonna do that no more. We learn from that. And we're gonna Saturday, December 5th, we're gonna expose Spence. We're gonna expose him that Danny is a better fighter than Spence any day, anywhere, any place.
Angel, Danny is known as a very smart, calculated counterpuncher with dynamite in that left hook, that laser right hand. Could you see a point in the fight, when we're talking about new things, right, when it comes to Danny, could you see a point in the fight, and is it in the mindset of Danny and the camp to try to get Errol to fight off his back foot and push him back? Could that possibly take place?
And we pushing him back. We pushing him to the side. We doing everything. We're not just going to push him back. We're going to hit him. It's not about pushing him back. It's about landing shots. and we're gonna give him some. Listen, when Danny start dropping leather on him, and Danny start dropping some leather, would he be able to handle it? Because he haven't been tested, really tested, the chin. I mean, Porter hit him with a couple of, good shots, but it wasn't killer shot. The thing is, when Danny hit him with some flush, when Danny flushed him, because it's going to come a moment where you're going to get hit, would you be able to respond? When somebody flush you and hit you hard, I'm talking about really hit you with some love, some tender love, with some real leather rayas on, would he be able to handle it? Because he haven't been, listen, he been hit here and there, but he haven't been hit hard, like really hard. Because Danny hit hard. I ain't trying to, I'm not bragging because he's my son. It's just he a natural puncher. You can't teach that. You can't teach power. It's something you got to be born with. And Danny's he was born with that. He's naturally strong, physically and mentally strong. So when Danny even throws a shot, sometimes he just throws it without even nothing on it. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna sting you. Would he be able to handle that? That's the question. Will he be if it goes 12 and when we doing mano a mano, will he be able to stand there and take that leather? That's gonna be the question Saturday.
So are you comfortable? Are you comfortable? And do you want to see exchanges where Danny decides to go toe to toe with Errol Spence?
No, we're gonna listen. The only way you win a fight is by punching. It's not gonna be running. We're gonna stand there. Anything he brings to the table, we're gonna respond. We're gonna hit him with combination. We're gonna be smart. We're gonna be dipping. We're gonna make you pay. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be in top of him. We're gonna use the jab. We're gonna do everything. We're gonna put everything in the bucket. It's not gonna be no rock on turn. And I'm not saying this to hype the fight up. I'm being honest to you. I'm talking from my heart. Because we ain't come to Texas all the way out here to lose. We ain't doing that. We're leaving Texas with belts Saturday. Sundown, we going back to Sunday. Sunday morning, we're flying with the belts.
Errol Spence fans jumped on you.
I know, man. It's like I didn't say nothing wrong. All I basically said was, all right, let me clear some things up, all right, for you boxing fans that just watch TV and don't understand the sport. When I mean a person gets touched, I know it's boxing. You get touched. I get it, right? But then is a separation of getting touched too much, which means there's a flaw somewhere in your defense where you shouldn't be getting hit as often. Boxing is getting hit. Hit and not get hit, right? So if you get touched a little too much, then you get touched. Of course it's boxing. Everybody's gonna get hit, right? You get punched in the face, you get punched in the arm, you get punched, that's getting touched. But it's getting touched to more often than what you should. That's the, all right, let's compare slick fighters, Pernell Whitaker, Tevin Farmer, Floyd, James Toney, Roy Jones. They didn't take a lot of punishment early in their career. So their defense showed nice, good movements. Most fighters just take punches and they keep coming. You know what I mean? Madonna took a lot of hits, but he can take them and he keeps coming. So of course he gets touched too much, but he's also tough. So to clear that perspective up, it's cool, but I try to tell people, Spence coming off of the accident, I don't know how he's going to react to getting punched. And he will get punched by a guy that can crack like Danny. And Danny can't punch. Danny got completely knockout power. So if he closes them eyes and he throws that hook and everybody loves he throwing, listen, he connects, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but if I were to place any bets on anything, I will go with Danny.
A lot of dudes, right, because he hasn't knocked out anybody at 147, I feel like they forget. Granados gave a lot of guys problems. He destroyed Granados.
Yeah, true, very true. So I see where you're getting at, like, does he have the power to knock Spence out, right? all right, let's just say he doesn't knock him out, but he hurts him a few times. All right, let's just say prior to the accident, he can hurt him. What's going to happen after the accident? Yeah, I know he's getting good sparring from you know, what they show. And that's cool. But as, you know, sparring, you don't go all out anyway. You work on what you got to work on. And that's it. So with Danny already knows he might be coming in as the underdog, right? But Danny's a drawer. Everybody wants to see Danny fight. You know, especially, you know, a lot of the Philadelphians, a lot of the Puerto Ricans, you know, they love the guy. They love the guy. And there's nothing wrong with it. But at the end of the day, it comes down to only 2 fighters in that ring, and who is going to walk out with the victory, who's going to walk out with the loss. And in reality, I'm going to say I'm going to go with Danny. You know, and Danny may not have that power that took him with 147, but he still got knockout power. You know what I mean? Spence got incredible power. He put dudes down just body shots. All right, cool. But I don't know how he's going to perform since the accident. It's not just about the accident, man. It's the trauma within the mind. Most people don't understand what PTSD really does, man. You know what I mean? Like they always relate that into just war or anything that has to do with like the military. Nah, man, you can get into an accident and still suffer from that because you're now scared to drive. You know what I mean? The definition within itself has nothing to do with war, has nothing to do with military. It's a post-traumatic disorder that has happened to you. So we don't know how he's going to react. We don't know how he's driving. He could have someone else drive for him because he plays that over and over in his head. He could be sleeping and wake up from nightmares because he's afraid that if anything would have went wrong other than wrong, that man could have lost his life. So all that plays a factor. We don't know how he's going to play in here. We know the skills are there, but is he right up here? That's why I'm going to go with Danny. Only because I would have liked to see Spence fight someone else just to get him warmed up into Danny. Taking the fight with Danny is pretty dangerous, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I would have definitely had, I give props to Spence though, man. You know, he did what kind of like Thurman did. Thurman had the surgery, took that long layoff, and jumped right into a fight against a tough opponent. He didn't even hesitate. So I commend Spence for that. But I don't know if I would have had recommended it. You know what I mean? So we'll see.